Hey guys, so today I wanted to go over how to take better photos with your phone, specifically for product-based businesses who can't yet afford a photographer. So here's Rose. So in this video, first we're going to start out with taking photos in direct light. So finding a space in your house where the light is coming in through the window, and then we're going to do another setup near a window, but where it's not direct light coming in. It's just more even round lighting. We're going to go over both of those settings and see how the photos turn out. And I also just wanted to mention that this is for anyone starting out where they don't want to go invest in any kind of photography equipment yet. And I'm just using things that I had around my house for this shoot. And I'm not including any lighting equipment or anything like that. But I will say that if you invest in a ring light, those are pretty cheap and a good source of lighting for someone who just needs a decent light for their product shots. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is just one of these like poster board things that kind of fold in that you just go buy at Walmart for really cheap. I'm just using this to like just set everything on. This is just like a smaller poster board thing that you can just buy at Walmart too. Then I have this to use to prop up the poster board for our backdrop here, and a fake plant just to kind of use as a prop, and this rag to maybe use as a prop. I don't know if I'll use it yet. And then here is our product, which is Vegamore hair serum. Okay, so let's just prop this up here. Another thing to do is just make sure your phone lens is clean, which I know this is an obvious one, but sometimes I forget to clean off my lens too. So obviously I could have got a table to do this on, but I decided to just make it simple and do it on the floor right where the light's coming in. So yeah. First, I'm just gonna go ahead and do just the product by itself. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit because even on your cell phone, if you zoom in a little, it'll help with better blurred background. Okay, so let's get this first shot here. I've zoomed in just a little bit and I'm flipping my phone upside down because it'll get a better angle from like bottom to top. And I'm just gonna move this up just a little bit because I'm kind of getting a shadow, this shadow right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna click on that, try to get it even. Let me maybe just move this forward because the shadows are starting to change a little bit. All right, so I moved it forward just a little bit because of the shadows. So I am still holding my phone upside down so it can kind of get more of like a better angle. Okay, let's see how that one looks. This looks pretty good. I'm actually gonna turn this a little bit more towards the light there and take another one. Trying to see my screen. All right, so I'm gonna edit this, straighten it up just a hair. I'm also going to mess with the shadows and highlights a little bit. Another way to do this, if your phone has this option, is go to Pro mode and you can change all these settings here. So ISO, you can just turn that down to a pretty low number. You can just adjust it to what looks good. Just to make things easier, I'm just gonna change the white balance to auto. And then that shadow is still moving, so I'm just gonna move this up a little bit. Hopefully fix that shadow. This is kind of a sucky thing about working with natural light is the light's constantly moving and shadows are moving. So you just gotta kind of work with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this in the Pro mode on my phone. And you can start kind of playing around with just different like shadows like this. I'm just holding this up and trying to get like the plant shadows in the back. It would probably work a lot better if I had like a bigger plant leaf to work with, but Just for now, this is good enough. And you can even like incorporate the plant in it a little bit. That would look good. I'm trying to do this all with one hand, so it's a little shaky. Let's see how that one looks. That one looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna raise that up a little bit because you can kind of see the vase of the plant. And then you can just kind of play around with what you think looks best. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for our direct light version. So let's go ahead and move into the non-direct light version where we're gonna be moving close to a window, but it's not gonna have direct light coming in. It's just gonna be like more even light. And here's Rose, my little assistant. Okay, so I know the light is terrible on me right now, but I basically have all the same stuff as I did when we were doing the direct light shot. So this setup will be if you want more even light and not harsh direct light. So I'm just gonna move everything forward just a little bit, just so it's a little bit more even with the window lighting. Okay, so let's start out again just by taking like a couple simple shots. Just gonna move all this out of the way. So again, I'm gonna go into the Pro mode on my phone. And of course, if you don't have the Pro mode option on your phone, just use your regular camera and kind of adjust the settings just a little bit, just as much as you can to get that good shot. So I'm just gonna raise the ISO up here and actually down a little bit. Let's just see how that looks here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Upside down phone again, just to kind of get that angle that I'm looking for. It is just a little bright. I just wanted this Vegamore to show up a little bit better. So I just kind of moved it around so the lighting just got a little bit better for it. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of a zoom in here just to kind of get that a little bit more depth. Okay, let's try this. You can see I don't want the reflection of the window right there, so I am going to lift up on my phone just a little bit to try to get that reflection out. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, I mean that looks pretty good for a very, basic photo. So we're just going to kind of add in like a little plant in the back. Flip my phone around again. Okay, and obviously this would be easier if someone was there to like help you hold up the props, because I'm sure you can see by the footage my hand's like really shaky trying to hold this. All right, let's see how that looks. And it's in focus pretty well. It doesn't look too bad. So I'm just gonna go and edit it. So that's how easy it is to start taking photos of your products with your phone if you can't afford a photographer yet. And obviously down the road, if you start growing your product-based business, you probably will want to invest in a professional photographer just to get those quality photos of your products. But just to start out with, you can always just try to take good photos with your phone. The biggest takeaway is just find good lighting. Lighting will make or break your pictures and videos too. You can apply all these same things if you want to take short videos for reels or stories or anything like that. Find good lighting, maybe zoom in a little bit just to have a little bit more like depth. So yeah, I hope this video has helped guide you a little bit to taking better photos with your phone. And if you started out taking photos with your phone before you hired a professional photographer, or if you are a photographer, I'm curious to see what kind of tips you would have for people on how to take better pictures with their phone. So feel free to comment below your own tips and tricks for this. So I will see you in the next video.